Well, first of all, Jayden, we appreciate your time. Gorgeous day here in Ashburn, training camp off and running. You're making plays out there. Before we get into this season and the football side of things, I'm curious, after the year you had a season ago, off-season, what was the coolest experience of now being a guy in this league as you made your way through the time away from the game?
It wasn't necessarily cool for me, but I guess a lot of other people say it's cool. Is kind of being recognized now where places I go. I don't really like it, but I'll probably say the coolest one was for sure going to Paris this off-season experience, something different than the United States.
Was that Fashion Week?
It was not Fashion Week.
Okay, because Fashion Week's becoming sort of an NFL offseason for some of your guys. A fellow LSU Tiger, Joe Burrow, and Jamar like to make their name felt there.
Maybe in the future, but not right now.
Now, when it comes to year two, what's different as you embark on this season when you think back to where you were a year ago?
I would just say just another year in the system. The game has slowed down a little bit more than what it did a year ago. So that's a plus, I could say. And just the continuity that we have within the offense, within the coordinators and stuff like that.
When you think about slowing down, I think about the work that's put in lead up to training camp. So when it comes to the offseason from a football standpoint, what were the priorities that you had, the work that you put in, whether it was with Cliff, or I know you have your QB coaches that you work with extensively. What were some things that you really leaned on and focused on?
I was just mechanics, trying to define that, tying some stuff up here and there, and kind of take it to the next level. As far as that, how can I grow in my strengths? How can I make my strengths stronger and try to close that gap between my strengths and my weaknesses? And then within the playbook with Cliff and them, man, it's just trying to expand more on different calls and having different ways to get to different plays in different situations.
Is it fair to say you have a different level of command of this offense, maybe even at the line of scrimmage this season?
I would say so. I most definitely would say so. Like I said, just another year in the system. It comes with that, and there's another year with the whole staff that came back. We all kind of know how each other operate throughout the season. And I have a lot more on my plate than I did a year ago.
This can always be somewhat awkward, but I think it's part of the training camp season. We always talk about how big guys have gotten, what kind of weight they put on in the offseason. You do look a little bit bigger. Was that a priority, adding any size or strength?
Nah, not for me personally. I want to add some more muscle, but that just happened naturally.
Well, it's good. It's good.
I mean, I just woke up one day. And,
I think we all wish we could just wake up one day with more muscle. How would you respond to the word, or how do you define the word expectations?
I think it's different for everybody. You have the world's expectation. You got expectations for yourself. And that's kind of all that matters to me is the expectation I have for myself. Everybody's going to have an opinion and stuff like that, especially in the world with social media. So I don't really look too far into that. I kind of just go out there and control what I can control. And that's just the work I put in, the effort, and how I prepare.
You're in a small group of just people on this planet that get to do what you do, but you do have friends that have been in similar positions. And I think of a guy like C.J. Stroud, who's a year ahead of you in the NFL process. And I think there are some similarities in what he did in year one, the expectations that were thrust on him and the Texans. If you look on paper, it was pretty much the same season, but then there's a feeling that there was some sort of regression. Has he offered you any perspective, or have you been able to have any conversations with him, just as two guys that are in a unique position, about how to navigate some of that?
Yeah, we for sure had conversations, not just necessarily about year two, but really just about life and everything like that. And that's a brother to me. There's much love between us, so we had those conversations just about life and how I'm doing, how he's doing, and you know how we're feeling and stuff like that. So, you know, CJ was a great resource for me coming into the NFL, and I always try to pick the brain of different quarterbacks, how they treated their offseason and stuff like that.
I know this team and this organization is asking a lot of you. They are not going to ask you how to sign or get Terry McLaurin into camp and figure that all out. But how do you handle a situation where there's uncertainty surrounding a player who I know means so much to you?
Yeah, control what I can control. I know one day 17 will be running out here, and hopefully soon, but I can't control what he has going on with his business or, the front office, stuff like that. I got to go out there and try to be the best version of myself each and every day. And just hope one day it all gets resolved and 17's back out here catching passes.
Last one for you. I just want to go through some of the key pieces to this offense, and you give me a word or a few words that best define them for you. And I want to start with Brian Robinson Jr.
I would say just his demeanor. He's a dog. Obviously, he came from a winning program, so excited that he's back there in the backfield with me.
Zach Ertz.
Wily veteran, super smart. Love Zach.
Debo, a new piece to the puzzle.
He's an animal. Get him the ball, let him do what he does.
Terry McLaurin.
Pro's pro.
Last one, Laramie Tunsil.
My best friend.
That's quick, man. He's only been here for a few months.
Hey, man, he's blocking that blind side. That's my best friend.
Smart man. Hey, Jayden, always great to see you. We appreciate it. Good luck. Stay healthy this year.
Appreciate y'all.